Good morning, everyone. Back in Manila. Actually, we're in Angeles City. We're back here in Classic Speed, and we're gonna check on a few projects. I do think I'm going to sell some more projects, but let's go around real quick. I'm gonna drop off some stuff, and then we'll do a quick walk tour and update you guys again what's happening here. Okay, first up on today's test drive is this. I don't know if you guys remember this car. This is my old base car for Black Manta, and it's not a ZR1. This is a C6, but we have the ZR1 body kit on it, and we got some ADV ones on it, but this has a supercharger built in. But before that, after we test drive this is going to be definitely put up for sale. So this is our Superformance GT40. We did build it. It's almost done. We're waiting for a few more parts, but eventually I think might put this up for sale as well, because I think, yeah, I've gone overboard. There's too many cars in the garage, not enough time to drive the cars, and I do want to travel. So I'm in a phase of my life where I just want to travel, which means I need to get rid of certain things I don't really use and really love. And this, as much as this was given to me or inherited from my father, I really don't use it, and that's why we revived the Black Manta, because we wanted to make sure that we were using one of the Corvettes that we were building. And the E28 is now inside, and I'm gonna double check on the work for these two cars. There's some progress already. Wow, these chairs are upright. This car has been stuck up for so long, but finally everything is working. So we still have tire pressure monitor sensor. Last time we drove this car was so long ago, and we had a check engine. We're gonna let this warm up, put some heat in the engine. But I think bang for the buck, a Corvette makes sense if you want to get into your entry-level sports car. It's got a big V8 engine, a long hood, and they're actually very cheap to maintain and very easy to get more power from. Now, I think the downsides is obviously the resale value and the build quality of the car is a little like it's in between. It's not the best interior, and what you get this cars for is the amazing LS3 engine. This has a supercharger built into the motor. It's a aftermarket Edelbrock supercharger, if I'm not mistaken, that we installed, and it's a manual gearbox. Now, for the money nowadays for a manual gearbox, you're gonna have to rely on cars like these Nissan Z, or let's say a Subaru or a BRZ. But for the money, I think this car definitely is bang for the buck. I did have to change the seats. These are GT3 replica seats from 996. They're full buckets. Now, as I mentioned again, the base car of this car is a C6 Corvette, and we have moved the body of the ZR1 onto this car. A lot of parts of this car has been painted also. It used to have tan interior, which I had to swap out with the other car. We're gonna open the windows now and then let the car warm up, and we're gonna go through the modes at the moment. We can check odometer, fuel, oil pressure. So we're gonna get the oil temps to go up, and then coolant temps also to go up. Last time we drove this car, we were having issues with the fueling. Our fuel pressure would always go down, and that would basically give us issues with leaning out conditions, so the check engine would go on. I'm gonna do some massive burnouts later just to get full fueling. Gotta make sure to warm up the tires of this car though, because these are cup tires, and as you can see, cup tires don't have any tread on them, which means we gotta put some proper heat in the tires. So while the car is warming up, we'll open the engine bay so you guys can see what's inside it. This is the engine bay for the car. It's an Edelbrock E4 supercharger along with an LS3, and we've had to make some corrections already to the fueling system so that we can get everything to run. But so far so good. The boys here at Classic Speed really did a bang up job. Missing some fog lights, but I think because we have some oil coolers, some massive oil coolers underneath. So we're running ADV1 wheels, and I think this is scraping. I gotta shave The top part here, I see some scrape marks already. We're gonna have to definitely do a proper road test, but look at this, 285s on the front. That's massive, massive amounts of grip. And then the rear, 335 for the rear. How crazy. It's got the Stoptech big brake kit also on this car, so it doesn't have any sliding brakes anymore. Massive Stoptech big brake kit, and this car is ready for some action. You can actually convert this to a drift car also. We can buy some Wisefab drift knuckles and make this a competent drift car, but I have too many drift cars already, so this is definitely gonna go for sale. This was sentimental value. It was an inheritance car that I picked up after my dad passed away, and it was the training car that we were using when he was learning how to drift. He was my student back then. Service charging system. I see a code, service charging system. I don't know what that means. I think it's the aircon. The aircon is cold. Yeah, I got cold air. Wonder what that is. The oil temp is gonna stay low because we have some massive oil coolers up in front. We're gonna make sure to circulate all the oil that's going in and out. So 95 Fahrenheit is very low. I just changed it to Celsius so we can better appreciate. 40 C is just right above room temperature, so we gotta wait for this to go up. Coolant's at 76, so we're definitely gonna let the car warm up a little bit more, giving it some revs. So when you're turning off the traction control, you wanna hold this button down for like 10 seconds, and you're gonna get the first level and then you're gonna get the second level, and that's when you know everything is turned off. And oil temperature's at 62. That looks decent already. So all this people comes out of their factories when I'm doing testing like this. I'm glad the guys at PESA aren't mad at me yet, but I'm gonna go to an area where there's no one so that we can be safe. But charging system, so we still have an error on the cluster. This car is finally running. The power of the wave to the guards. The guards know me here also, so hopefully one day we can keep doing this because it's a whole lot of fun to do it in a closed area. And yeah, this is closed area. There's no occupants here yet at the moment, and this car hasn't done this in so long, so I'm so happy that the car is running. The boys at Classic Speed took a while to get them to figure out what was wrong. This was a lot of issues that my carporn mechanics have left behind. Wow, I think it needs an alignment, but oil temperature is amazing. Water depth is fine. Happy this car is running. It's been literally years, I think almost 5 years since I've gotten to really drive this car and really put the pedal to the metal, so to speak, and I'm quite happy with the outcome. This car will go up for sale. We're just gonna do some finishing touches to clean it up, but it's a usable car now. I'm so happy. The team here at Classic Speed, they did some amazing repairs to the issues that we encountered in car porn, and finally, even if it took a while, it was worth the wait. And whoever's gonna get this car is gonna be a lucky owner because there's so much parts in this car. I actually need to look underneath the car and see what are the parts we installed, but obviously it's got a header system, the supercharger, upgraded injectors, the upgraded exhaust system, upgraded brakes, upgraded bushings. There's so many other things that we've upgraded, and it's going to be a fun car to use. At the end of the day, we can also lower it based off lowering blocks, but for now, I guess, yeah, this is going to be the car that we're going to post up for sale. Just explaining to the staff that that definitely was the highlight of my day, and we're going to walk through the shop floor now and show you guys some of the activities that are happening. This car is for pickup. This is a single owner charger, and the car owner of this is my friend, and it's been a family heirloom for him, so I'm glad we got this car running. A lot of basic things that we needed to restore on this car. And the R33 over here, we're just waiting for a engine Stoptech harness. Over here, this one is also a good friend. Lots of manual labor. Mark right now rewiring the whole car. We're doing a new body harness and engine harness as well. Now, my FD-RX-7 is sitting on the ground. You guys saw this in the last episode, but look how wheels are now sticking out. So Kyle owes me new barrels I ordered from him. Hopefully he can deliver soon. We're just waiting for a new pulley system and some hose clamps for the upgraded radiator system. And then we're going to get to start the FD-RX-7 again. The E28's here, we're just discussing some issues with it, but I think the team was able to sort that out. More than that, I think everything has been updated already. We had an issue with the LS1DX of my friend, and this car, I'm so sad because it was a carporn car project, which meant all the work was done by carporn, and the boys here at Classic Speed had to finish it. And as you can see, there's no motor. We had an issue with the motor. He took it out testing, and we basically spun a bearing, which means we have to do a rebuild. That sucks because we waited so long to finish this car. Not so happy that that happened, but it's part of the learning, so hopefully next time we can do it better. But for now, I'm going to leave you with a super short vlog. I'm so sorry there's not much updates. I just needed to pass by the shop and look at the project that's happening. And this was a new consignment with us. This is gonna be put up for sale soon, and this one we're just waiting for parts also. But on that note, I'll see you guys again in the next episode.